Hello, everybody. So, I'm going to talk about my tasty traps. See, I got two tasty traps right there. Yes, from the shoulder to the neck muscle, from the shoulder to the neck, that muscle right there is a trap between the shoulder and the neck. And yes, those are look at the abs. I got abs. I got some abs going. Yeah. All right. Bam. Hey, so I'm going to talk about trannies. So when I refer to traps, I know that's a derogatory statement. It's like the M word for the little people and the N word for the blackies. All right, so I want to be respectful as possible. So I'll try, but I do use that word a lot when I describe trannies. So if I accidentally say that word, trap, just forgive me and move on and just talking about my tasty traps that I actually work hard for. All right, so but anyways, I don't know if I want this on this channel where I talk about fragrance reviews here and there, some running stuff, or I want it to be on my other channel where it's strictly like where I want it to be just Blackpill. But because this is a serious topic, like when it comes to these type of like national issues or even world phenomenons, it becomes like everyone's problem. It's just not like a dating problem. Okay, like let me uh, that'll be another time. So let me explain my situation uh, with trans. Okay, what I think uh, almost an embarrassing story that I'll explain in the future. And keep in mind, I am still tranny free. I have not engaged with a tranny. I have done nothing with a tranny. So the tranny story is more. It's important that I explain what actually. It was more of an embarrassing situation because the person didn't tell me. Okay, but I already had a. I'll explain that. Okay, so first, if you're uh, a black pill incel, like you like, or just or not even just leave black pill out of it for right now. You don't do well with women. You don't have any connection, any intimacy, things that are not even non-sexual. Kissing a woman, smelling her, asking her opinion, asking her, if she likes, the cologne you're wearing, just anything. Even good, even a lot of times a woman will say, "Hey, Tony, man, um, uh, what did you eat? Why? Because your rosea's kicking in. Did you eat something spicy? Oh, I ate. Oh yeah, I don't eat that. That's what I'm saying. That's what a woman um has her purpose for. To it's shit like that, right? Okay, you have no female interaction whatsoever. Okay, you're depressed, you're deprived, and you're thinking, okay, how can I compensate? So you start playing your video games, and you're like, this ain't working. This ain't a real human being. And then you're like, you know what? That that gay dude told me I was handsome. Maybe I'm not ugly. You know, what if that gay dude put a wig on and took some hormones? Okay, if you're gonna do that, man, and I'm assuming that you don't have a lot of money, okay? Because a lot of black pillars uh, that are incels don't have money. That makes you a true incel. Your looks, no money, uh, socially something's wrong with you. You're that'll make you no family, no family. Ain't no one giving two shits about you. Shit, if you got money, nobody really needs to care about you as much. If you ain't got no money, people need to care about you, okay? So that makes you an incel. No money, no family, no women, and you're not attractive looking, and you act fucking funny. So if it comes down to that, like where you're thinking about because something's got to be wrong with you, something had to happen for you to think like you're in prison, even though you're not. Okay, for you to even think like that and go, you don't even need a passport. The one constitutional right that you have that I actually like. Okay, I think the whole Constitution should just be like rewritten or revamped or something, especially the Second Amendment shit and the Fifth Amendment and just freedom of speech. Just like you ain't got freedom of shit. Like you have no none. The I think there is an amendment or there's some type of bill or there's some type of right that you have that the United States of America cannot deny you back into your own country. So if you go to a border town, you may need a passport, okay? But like you may need one, but if you don't have one, you can still get back in the country. Okay, but you may have to just stick like in the border areas. Like if you went to Juarez, Tijuana, stuff like that, right? Monterey, like you can't without a passport, you can't get into Tijuana and then I think like get on an airplane and fly to Cancun. Okay, maybe the U.S. side will give you a hard time if you tell them you don't have a passport. Maybe the Mexican side might fine you. Like maybe they might not say nothing. Maybe they who knows, right? But before you do that, before you bang a dude with a wig that takes some hormones, go to Mexico. Hey, steal from your mother, steal from your mother's purse. Okay, if there's a construction site and they got copper, don't hurt nobody. Jack the copper. See if you can sell that copper because you need this is 911 and you do not want to bang a trap because you're a lonely ass dude. And I said trap. Sorry, we'll say it twice. Tranny. You do not want to bang a tranny because you're in dire straits of inceldom loneliness. Oh, it's a step. It's a black hole, a dark hole that you cannot. Once you cross that line, I there's no returning. I see people roping. I see uh, some bad things are going to come out of this if we force this tranny situation. Okay, I literally see like someone that maybe they did it and then they regretted it and even doing harm on the tranny. That's another issue. That if you okay, so in the 80s, like as a kid, gay dudes didn't sound like they didn't have that list like they do now. It's like they want that list to sound more gay. But if you notice as a kid, like Boy George and George Michael, they had deep voices when they spoke in interviews. Okay, so that gay voice is not inherited. It's not because they're gay. That gay voice, that hey hey, is they actually want to sound that way. That's not either that's like acting, but that's not a learned behavior. They're actually trying to sound like that because in the 80s, a lot of gay dudes didn't sound like that. Guys that were in the closet, guys, okay, that's not how a man sounds regardless of his sexuality. That's just the gay voice that they want to have, right? Okay, that they want to personally inherit for themselves, right? Now, um, a trap, sorry, a tranny, okay, is actually diagnosed with a mental illness. like sexual identity disorder. So something's wrong with them. Something's wrong with you for wanting to bang a trap out of loneliness. Like other things are wrong with you, why that happened or why you got there, and there's something wrong with them. Even as nice that they may be, or as sweet, okay, or they have a mission like Blair White, that conservative mission statement, whatever, tranny with a gun, with a rifle, whatever, right? Okay, so you got to understand that something's wrong with them. Something's wrong with you for you having to be in the situation where it came down to you banging a tranny. If you had a kink, like let's say you had like 10 women, but for some reason it wasn't enough, and you're like, hey, I want to get sexually creative. That thing right there, it's got a cock, but it looks like a woman. Hey, hey, jump in the bed. After you already got 10. Charlie Sheen apparently, I think, did shit like that. That's why he got HIV. So keep that in mind too. It's still a form of homosexuality, and the same diseases are still at risk as well. Like the effed up ones, the ones that you don't want. Okay? Scarlett Johansson gave me chlamydia. You think I give a shit? Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. Okay. So now I want to explain my take on this. Okay, I ain't looking like this so I can bang a trap. I ain't looking at this. I like no. I'm not doing it. But I'm gonna explain. Okay, the short story. I can do a longer story. You know what? I'm gonna cut off right here, and I'm gonna explain the actual story. Okay, so my advice is, unless you have a kink, a fetish, don't do it because because there's a shortage of women that are interested in you. Uh, don't go that route. Don't go. I think it'll mess your head up. So, and I'm gonna explain a situation that it didn't get out of control, but why this is would be like a light version of what would could have gotten out of control. All right, I'm gonna make a next video so I can explain in detail.